Hello, thank you for joining us today to learn more about why you should vote no on Measure T, which will save Measure Y. Measure T is a developer's dream and a taxpayer's nightmare. Measure T stands for trouble and is nothing but terrible for San Mateo residents. If we follow the money, which you always should, so I don't know about you, whenever I see a lot of glossy mailers and TV commercials that promise the world, I immediately think I'm being misled. Our organization, SMERG, is a grassroots organization. We had the budget to send out one mailer. Development interest spent over $1.5 million to defeat Measure Y in 2020, and we beat them anyway. And now they're back hoping Measure T will kill Measure Y, which it's designed to do. You've gotten a bunch of expensive glossy mailers that are designed to mislead and confuse you and threaten you with the things I talked about earlier. At its core, this is all about who controls our future and who benefits, local residents or real estate development interests. Measure T, which enables, again, General Plan 2040 or GP 2040, calls for 20,000 homes to be built in San Mateo. That is a 50% population increase, or 50,000 people. Think about that. So by 2040, they want to grow the city, or they're zoning for or planning for increase of population by 50%. Now, housing, dirty little secret, is that it costs $800,000 plus per unit, and that cost is rising by double digits annually. Now, those RENA mandates, right, those quotas that I talked about before, those stem from the need for affordable housing. And again, we have to build those 20,000 homes to get a small percentage of affordable by giving developers bonuses and making concessions. But just doing some really basic math on that, 20,000 times $800,000 a unit, developers, real estate, and other special interests stand to make $16 billion just for the construction of those units. So it should come as no surprise that the usual suspects are donating heavily and have donated heavily. Hillsdale, Prometheus, Saris Regis, contractors like Butler, construction unions and whatnot. 96% of the money, of the $175,000 in total contributions, have come from developers and special interests. And sadly, your mayor and your council members have all lined up behind them and against the residents to contribute what amounts to 99% of the total $175,000. Plus, just to sweeten it, the city has been kind enough to donate $250,000 of your taxpayer money to do surveys to get keywords that they put in their glossy mailers to make you think this is all amazing. And it totals up to a grand total of $425,000. That is a large multiple of what we've raised on the grassroots side, all of which are small donations from residents of San Mateo. And we have to look at what's the real cause of unaffordability. Remember, the real crisis is an affordability crisis. And in this case, the call may very well be coming from inside the house. And the cause of that unaffordability is likely greed and corruption. And this is a clip from an article that talks about how the Department of Justice is now investigating nationally huge landlords, many of them in the Bay Area, that have colluded to inflate rents. Two of the donors to Measure T, Saris Regis and Prometheus, are listed in that complaint. And one of the quotes from the unidentified landlord in the complaint defines it exactly the way it is. It's price fixing. So they're colluding to keep the rents artificially high. So we don't even really know what the vacancy rates are in these places. We don't know what the market rate rent really should be, but it's safe to say it should probably be significantly lower than what it is, and at least track what the economy is and actual supply and demand. So given all of that, now, do you still trust them with our beloved city? T doesn't do what it says it will, and it does a lot of bad things it says it won't. So we urge you to vote no on Measure T for many reasons. Key among those, again, any given council with just 3 votes. That 15% affordable housing becomes 0%, or whatever they want. Follow the money. We showed you all the developers and how much they love Measure T and how much they want this to pass so they can build whatever they want. Measure Y and its predecessors have always been about trust and your voice versus the heights and densities aspect of it. You lose Measure Y, you have to trust developers. You have to trust construction unions and real estate interests. You have to trust the state and your council, and we don't, for good reason, as you can see. And then, as covered, the state laws that grant substantial height and density bonuses on top of Y. There is no need to overturn Y to support growth, especially when Y automatically sunsets in 2030. So we urge you, don't reward bad policy and process with your precious vote, and vote no on Measure T and save Measure Y. Thank you for your time. If you are interested in helping us out, you can visit our website at smartergrowthsm.com, lower left-hand corner, or you can email us at smartergrowthsm@gmail.com with any questions or if you want to get involved. Thanks for listening.